Hey guys, in today's video, you'll be learning how to find the vertex of quadratic functions written in vertex form. So here is today's FLT. Given a quadratic function in vertex form, I will be able to find the vertex. In our last video, we talked about how to find the axis of symmetry. Today, let's see how to find the vertex. As we have been seeing, this is the vertex form of quadratic functions. F of x equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. So how do we find the vertex of a quadratic function written in vertex form? It's actually pretty simple. So when given a quadratic function in vertex form, so f of x equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k, the vertex, so the highest or lowest point of the parabola, is simply given by the coordinate h, k. So our vertex is at h, k. Notice how in vertex form, it's very easy to find the vertex. So here's a parabola with an axis of symmetry. The vertex is right here, h, k. And remember that the axis of symmetry is the line x equals h. So the vertex is the coordinate point h, k. For our first example, we will find the vertex of this function. F of x equals 6 times x minus 2 quantity squared plus 4. As usual, let's write the general vertex form. F of x equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. We have an exact match. And to find the vertex, we need h and k. So h is replaced by 2 and k is replaced by 4. H equals 2 and k equals 4. So the vertex of this function is the point at 2, 4. To find the vertex, we simply have to identify h and k. Notice in the graph, our vertex is at 2, 4. Next, let's find the vertex of this function. F of x equals negative 2 times x minus 4 quantity squared plus 3. The general vertex form is f of x equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. So we have an exact match. Here, let's find h and k. H is replaced by 4, k is replaced by 3. H equals 4 and k equals 3. So our vertex in this case is 4, 3. and you can always check your work on Desmos. On Edpuzzle, please find the vertex of this function. F of x equals 3 times x minus 1 quantity squared plus 8. For example 4, let's find the vertex of the function g of x equals 2 times x minus 5 quantity squared minus 1. The vertex form is g of x equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. Notice we do not have an exact match, so we need to rewrite the function. We will have g of x equals 2 times x minus 5 quantity squared plus negative 1. Now we have an exact match, so I know h equals 5 and k equals negative 1. Again, h equals 5, k equals negative 1, so our vertex is the coordinate 5, negative 1. So similar to our previous videos, make sure to rewrite your function if necessary. Looking at the graph, the vertex of this function is at 5, negative 1. On Edpuzzle, please find the vertex of this function. G of x equals negative 2 times x minus 4 quantity squared minus 6. Remember, you can use Desmos to check your work. Next, let's find the vertex for this function. J of x equals 2 times x plus 3 quantity squared plus 5. What's different about this from the general vertex form? The general form is j of x equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. Notice here, we need to rewrite this function. J of x equals 2 times x minus negative 3 quantity squared plus 5. Now we have an exact match, so we see that h equals negative 3 and k equals 5. Again, h equals negative 3 and k equals 5. The vertex is the point at negative 3, 5. For this example, I used the idea of a double negative to rewrite the function. Notice here, our vertex is at negative 3, 5. On Edpuzzle, please find the vertex of j of x equals negative 3 times x plus 4 quantity squared plus 8. Here we have the function m of x equals 2 times x minus 3 quantity squared. What's the vertex for this function? The general vertex form is m of x equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. In our given function, there's no plus k, so it must be a plus 0 because it's empty right there. Also, h is 3. So h equals 3 and k equals 0. What is our vertex? Our vertex is 3, 0. If you see an empty space, think of 0. And then checking our work on Desmos, we know we found our vertex correctly. Yay! Let's do one more example together. Let's find the vertex of m of x equals negative 4x squared plus 3. The general vertex form is m of x equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. Notice here I'm missing this whole minus h part, so let's rewrite the function. M of x equals negative 4 times parentheses x minus 0 quantity squared plus 3. In this example, h equals 0 and k equals 3. So we found out that h equals 0 and k equals 3. What's our vertex? Our vertex is the coordinate point 0, 3. In this case, our example had no h value, so we knew that h equals 0. Here's the graph to check our work. Remember, 0, 3 and 3, 0 are different points. Here is your final example on Edpuzzle. Find the vertex of m of x equals negative 3x squared. Think about combining ideas from both example 8 and example 9. Here's the review for this lesson. The vertex form of a quadratic function is f of x equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. The vertex of a function written in vertex form is simply h, k. Please make sure to submit all notes on Canvas.